Allegedly, we are live at 5. I've stolen that. We're not live at 5. We're live at 9:31 a.m. I am a minute late. I suck. Let's just make sure that we are definitely live, though, shall we? Let's go ahead and do that real quick. How is everyone on this fine Wednesday, 8th of July morning? Yeah, we live. We live. I can see it on my YouTube page. Big video, this one. We are doing the Dutch Grand Prix, the second of the new circuits on this year's calendar. And after Hanoi went so well, I've had a little bit of practice at the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. I've done... What was it we had? We had the Invitational event, which, you know, was nice to actually have some rewards. So we did the Invitational event. And then we did then offline I did some time trial. I did like a Grand Prix. So I'm kind of used to it. There's a couple bits of the track that I'm not very good at. There's like one particular point in the final sector where I just can't get a braking zone right. So we'll see if that carries on. Good morning, Mr. Freaky Fungus. I am indeed live at 9:30. It hasn't got the same ring to it, does it? It really doesn't. So we're picking up from where we left off yesterday. What I'm hoping to do is I really need to try and work on getting the team affinity. I've done some more watching of some more my team modes. And there's a guy who's at the same race that I'm at, but he has got team affinity level 6. So he has got like 3 sponsors. And I'm like, I want more sponsors. But we also need to get the car up and running. So I'm in a couple of mines at the moment. If we go to our corporate tab and if we go to our contract, we've only got 77 days left with a Lacey. So I think we need to save at least 1.5 million to kind of make sure that we have a teammate. You know, like we need that additional person. So I don't look at this right now that I have 1.9 million. I'm looking at this now as we have $400,000. I would love to be able to amend the currency as well. Like, can I put that in GBP, please? I'd love to. Anyway. So, yeah, I need to consider that. 77 days is a while, but I just need to make sure that we're going to have the money for a teammate. Failing that, you know, the team is Affinity 4. Now... Obviously, we could try and go Nick de Vries, but he has less pace, but all in all, he is a better driver. But I kind of want to keep a Lacey on the grid and then just worry about a teammate next year. So I think I'll just renew a Lacey's contract. In regards to money, we're looking all right. We've plummeted a little bit recently. Change team name. So we could change the team name, not that I want to. R&D-wise, we've got a rear downforce upgrade coming. And we have another weight reduction upgrade coming. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm really going to focus on our facilities. Because I really need to get some more upgrades to be able to do... Because you see here we can do 2 simultaneous upgrades for the powertrain. Because we've, of course, upgraded our facility with the answers that we gave at the start. I need to try and get that in place for the aero and the chassis. But the problem is, it's 2.5 for the aero... And it's also 2.5 for the chassis. So we're looking at like 5 mil right there. Marketing, we've got this coming in on the 21st of April. So it slightly increases positive effects from team activity. So that's nice. And sponsor relations is one that I'm going to want to upgrade as well. But again, that's 5 million. So I'm looking at the next $10 million that we have being invested in our facilities. So yeah, huge. Anyway, let's advance time. So we've got that. We've got team funding. Beautiful. Our rear wing upgraded. Did I press A to skip? Oh, hello.
We are in the HQ of our newest Formula One team. We've got an awful lot to talk about, so let's jump straight in.
Yes, Mr. William Buxton.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
I didn't expect this question. But, I mean, it is my team. It's my team, so it's my rules. Absolutely not. There are no team orders here. We've got to consider what's best for the Drivers' Championship. My chances are better. I mean, we're not. We've seen that Alesi has the better finishing position. And plus, there's no team orders in my team. You know, if Alesi's faster, Alesi's faster.
Predictions for your team going into this season.
Okay. So, looking at this, we're still finding our feet here, but we're hoping to get some points, which we are. You know, we want 2 points finishes. That's why we've signed with TriStar. We're going for championships this season. Maybe not. We should be a solid midfield team. I'm hoping for plenty of points. Hopefully, we'll be able to challenge the top three, maybe pick up a podium or two. Neither of those are it. Definitely not. I'm just going to be honest, say we're still finding our feet, but we're hoping to get some points. Let's be realistic with this answer, right?
Do you see your relationship with your second driver being long-term, or will you be looking for someone else if you're successful?
Ooh, this is interesting. We invest in our staff here. So long as they put the effort in, we will support them. If they give us good results, their position is safe. If they can develop as fast as their team, then their position is safe. So we're pretty much saying, you know, I don't just want them to consider it's all about the good results. If they can develop as fast... I really enjoy that we invest in our staff here. So long as they put the effort in, we will support them. So it's kind of that, you know, get out what you put in sort of deal. I like that answer.
Your second driver seems to be getting much more comfortable with their car. Have you been focusing on their development?
So they're putting hours in the simulator. They've made better progress, but I think we can push them harder. Investment in your staff is so important in this sport. I'm just going to say he's been putting loads of hours in on the simulator. Your claim was affected by that answer.
Let's talk about your new second driver. How are they settling in?
I feel like these questions should be the other way around. Giano is loving the new car. That makes us sound better, right?
Well, thanks a lot for inviting us here. It's been fantastic.
Cheers, Will. If he doesn't have a water sponsor, by the way, he's missing out on a lot of money. I'm just saying. Awesome. How did that affect us? How's our... Did anything happen here? No. Did anything happen in regards to my teammate? Maybe. Still will claim level 5. So no is the answer. So we get resource points from these areas. We don't get any from the personnel center. Anyway, let's advance time for our running costs. Second driver PR. So we got a bit of cash. And now I'm going to go back into here. I feel like I should have invested back into this sooner. But we're going to now put this on. And this will arrive for the Monaco Grand Prix. Which is kind of when we need it. You know, we need more downforce at Monaco. When is this going to come into effect? View description. It's in development. When does this come? When does it come in? I think... excuse me. I think it only says the date when you kind of invest in it. I don't think it says when, apart from when it briefly pops up on that list on the left-hand side. Anyway. Right, I think it's time we get into the Dutch Grand Prix. Let's go to the race. Don't know how to feel about this one yet. I'd like to get points soon, I really would, but I think we're a long way off still. Always have upgrades going in R&D? Yeah, I feel like I should. I feel like I really should. I feel like right now I need to be... I need to kind of look at the major ERS upgrade for power. I think that's the next one I'm going to go towards, and I think that's like 1100 resource points. In fact, we can confirm from this screen. Yeah, this is the next one I want to invest in, and it is 1100. So... I feel like ERS is going to be huge in this year's game, so I might actually go up here as opposed to engine power. Because we've already got a lot of... like, the engine's decent. I think we need to really focus on ERS. So, that's what we're going to do. But I really want to make the car better in the corners, and it's like... oh, I hate it so much. Anyway. Right. Messages, weekend, no rain in quali or the race. Beautiful, beautiful. Dutch Grand Prix. Let's get out onto the circuit. Where are you at with your 2020 career mode, Lee? I know you mentioned yesterday while I was doing Hanoi, you had already done that one. This track's fun, by the way. I really enjoy this track. A couple of corners I'm niggly with, but I think it's really good. So I want to run from what I've done. I want to actually run a little bit more downforce. So I'm thinking I really kind of want a front end on this car. I'm going to run a bit more downforce than what I would think I was going to run. That's because of all the high speed corners. I'm going to try that. Let's get my 90% on the throttle. Always my 60% off the throttles. Try and get the car rotated. You just got a DNF in the Dutch Grand Prix. Oh no! Who did you crash into? Or who crashed into you? I think I'm going to want some softer springs, anti-roll bars. I think I'm going to go slightly softer, and we're going to go for a bit more ride height. Brakes are good, tyres are good. Okay, right, let's track acclimatization, shall we? Let's just do a flying lap. Hopefully soon we'll get another sponsor on this car and be getting even more money. Look at the AI doing a better job than keeping the car in line than I do. This is the braking zone I always struggle with. And I've never run the hard tyre on this circuit, so this can only be terrible. See, yeah, we struggled a lot on corner exit there. Very overcast. Very overcast. See, that corner I really struggle with. That's the corner I really struggle with, this right-hander as well. See, I'm just not getting the braking zone right. For anyone watching the repeat of this stream, yes, we use flashbacks in practice. We don't use them in quali or the race. My apex speed was terrible.
Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
Here we go.
This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
Beautiful. I'm actually quite happy with that. Car felt okay. Car felt okay on that higher downforce. Tyre management.
So far, our fastest
Do it on the medium.
1 minute.
I think I'm going to do a two-stop as well in this Grand Prix. I think I'm going to go away from the one-stop and try a two-stop. I don't know what like the strategy is for this Grand Prix either, so I kind of want to try something different. Leclerc overtook me, tapped my rear wheel in a soaked race, spun me around, taking out Hamilton and both Red Bulls. Oh dear. So who won the race then? With only Vettel being left from Ferrari, or did Leclerc manage to survive?
Putting the power down at the apex.
I can only assume that led to a Ferrari win. Slow in, fast out, beautiful. Oh, I've cost myself some time there. Here we are. Wonderful. Easy. Easy.
Got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the
Leclerc one and only got a warning. Oh, that's rough. That's rough, man. The game feels a little bit inconsistent with its warnings and penalties. I mean, look at the Australian Grand Prix from these streams, right? It said on the race director that Gasly had 10-second penalties, and then at the end of the race, he only had a 5-second penalty. So I don't know what's going on there.
In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can while keeping under the minimum lap.
Yeah, will do. God, I didn't really save any fuel for there. Oh dear, that was a horrible mistake there. Horrible mistake. That's the thing, if you clunk that curb on the inside, be prepared for a not very fun experience on the exit. See, again, we've cost ourselves a bit of time there. Where's the line? Come on. I don't know if we're going to be able to abuse that a little bit. I want to see if I can abuse that a little bit to try and get a little bit more. No, we can't. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I think I can get purple on this. I think I can get purple on this test. So I'm rewinding again. We're going to get green this time, but I think I can get purple on the second lap. Because we've got 6/10 in our pocket. Vettel, don't you dare. Thank you, Vettel. Plus, you know, doing the extra laps always is going to be beneficial because, well, we need to complete 75 laps as a team over the course of the weekend, right? Sebastian. Shouldn't have rode that curb. No, I'm not going to get it. Nah. I can't be bothered to cheese it. Can't be bothered to cheese it. Me again, I know, right? I'm here once again. Yeah, I can't be bothered to try and keep cheesing that. I'm happy with green on fuel saving anyway. Right, ERS management. Let's do a quali pace program. Because I'm genuinely feeling quite confident in my ability. How you doing, low rated? Anyway, you good, man? Were you in both the streams yesterday, or just the first one you popped in? They should all now be live on the channel anyway. If you want to go back and check them out. Oh, the sun's come out a bit. Track should be a bit warmer. Tyres should have a little bit more grip.
Don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
What's the target? It's giving me 112.7. Get the feeling this track is going to abuse ERS, you know. I'm going to flick it down to normal just for a second here. Try and save a little bit of ERS through this section. Oh, I've used the curb there. That's frustrating. Curbs really hampy on corner exits here. And look, you can see where I'm carrying that little bit of extra wing.
We haven't hit our program targets. Come in and take a look at the data, and if we have time, we'll rerun the program.
Okay. You're in the F1 stream. You're working right now. Oh, I see. Working. You kind of got me on in the background, right?
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:12.8.
All right. Well, let's just do a race strategy one. Got my 2 mods in chat. Plus someone lurking, I think, with the 3 viewers. I don't think if I've got any more mods or if it's just lie rated and Lee. I think it might just be lie rated and Lee.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
Ooh. So this is apparently 36 laps. Ah, it's Liam that's lurking. How's it going, Liam? You good? You can go back to lurking, that's fine. We appreciate a lurker. This track is so much better than Hanoi. I love this track so much. You can kind of tell it's like just a reimagined old school F1 track rather than like a Tilkadrome of what's been made in the recent years. Like some of the little Mickey Mouse bits, like these 2 corners, I don't particularly like, but man, flowing high-speed corners are what I live for. Swamped at work, so just wanted something I could pay attention to in the background. Yeah, makes sense, man. Makes sense. I do love like the ability to just stick a stream on in the background, just for some background noise. My go-to is either some kind of video game stream or The Simpsons. I feel like I could just get a couple extra miles an hour out of that corner. But I feel like I'll go flying off the road if I do. It's kind of why I put the extra downforce on the car, so I could push that corner in particular very hard. Oh, I've gone so wide. That's cost me about 8,000 tenths of a second. I suppose that'd be 8 seconds really, now that I think about it. Actually, no, that'd be about 80 seconds that I lost. Balls this lap up. Thankfully, on the power, I'll be fine. Actually, overtake that around the banking. Banking needs to exist in Formula 1. I'm sorry, it's just one of those things that needs to be on circuits. Come here, Esteban. Once you feel that front just bite, once you start to feel the rotation, it's one of the best corners in Formula 1, that one. That has easily gone up there as one of the best corners in Formula 1. I'll lose so much time in the middle sector though. Go into this little Mickey Mouse bit, which I absolutely hate. But I feel the AI don't do very well through here. You need to try and avoid that curve that I ran on, because that costs you so much time on acceleration. And you always want to push this corner more than you think you can. It really sets you up for the primary overtaking spot, which of course is into turn 1. Across the line.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
I wonder if I could just try a hot lap simulation of like everything turned up, just to do a fourth lap, I guess. Got one of the Ferraris behind me. It is Sebastian Vettel. I'm going to push it through here with overtake mode. Oh, I kind of really cost myself some time there. I'm running a bit wide. Get it in on the power. Track's really wide, so you can accelerate much sooner than you think. See what I mean about that curb? If you take it, be prepared to be spat out. And then back on the power. We're going to run out of ERS actually. Whoops. It's fine, we've still got rich mix up to the line. Side note, so glad to see Ocon back. When you think Grosjean, CIC, it's ridiculous to see Ocon. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, it's funny you should say, mentioning about Ocon. Have you seen the news from yesterday? It was either yesterday or this morning, I can't remember. About Renault and about Ocon's teammate for next year. Well, if Ocon has signed on to drive for Renault next year. Yeah, that middle sector is where we're losing so much time. Look at that, 19.3 compared to Bottas. Ridiculous. That's just what we need to perfect, essentially.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are the captain, Hamilton, and Max Verstappen. What an incredible practice session.
No, Fernando Alonso is back in Formula 1 next year. An incompetent racing GP tops a timesheet in F1 2020. 1.8 seconds faster than a Lacey. Yeah, Alonso back with Renault next year. It's only like his third time going to the team. Which then begs the question, why do Renault have a young driver program? I want to see if me manually simulating these sessions gives us a few more resource points. I'm very curious. If the Renault next year is actually, like, solid, then I 100% agree. Because Alonso has always been the best at dragging something out of a dog car, you know. We can get a new sponsor. Yeah, so Alonso and Ocon. Ocon with a brilliant opportunity to learn from, like, one of the best ever there. Guess we'll do that after the race. We'll get that new sponsor. But first, we're going to get we're going to go to the powertrain. We are going to... When's this going to come on board? It will be in place for Azerbaijan, which is a very important track for ERS. Provided it gets applied to the car. Right, there we go. And is that going to put us potentially with, like, the best... We're going to potentially have the best engine on the grid. If Austria is anything to go by, things definitely look closer. Besides the Merc, which I think looks far and away the fastest car, the rest is really close. Yeah, I mean, you know, hopefully, because Red Bull were very close to Merc in a few tracks last year. I hope they've managed to gain almost some level of consistency. I think that race would have been closer had Verstappen not retired. He would have had to push those Mercs, whereas they had the opportunity to nurse the car. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. It does look a lot closer from, like, I think you've got Merc as the clear top, Red Bull close behind. Ferrari are like third, maybe fourth fastest. And then McLaren through to like everyone besides maybe like Williams and Haas are separated by like a couple of tenths. But I suppose once we actually get to like a different track, you know, I think Hungary is where we'll really be able to tell the difference between the cars, because Austria's like a power-based circuit, like shorter track as well. So, anyway, so let's go into qualifying, I guess. Circuit Zandvoort, lovely. I didn't even pay attention to how many resource points Lacey got us. In all honesty, I really should have done. Right. Quali. Zandvoort. Car setup. I think we're good. Let's go out to the track then, shall we? Let's drive out.
Checks complete.
I think it's between McLaren, Racing Point and Ferrari for third. As you said, it'll be interesting to move on to other tracks. Yeah. And that's why I'm kind of waiting to see after... I assume after a few races, Cody's will put in a patch on this game for like a buff / and or nerf, you know? To try and put people where they're more anticipated to be. I know they've already done like a day one patch. So having seen some of the pre-release footage where the teams were ranked versus where they're ranked now. But I imagine after a few races they'll do another one. They always tend to anyway. Right, here we go. Turn the car up. You really need to manipulate the ERS on this lap, I think. Completely missed the apex there. And I've been very late on the power there. Don't think this is going to be my best lap by any stretch of the imagination. Definitely a lot of time left on the table after this lap. A lot of time left on the table there. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I think I might have manipulated the ERS a little bit too much, and I was more paying attention to that rather than actually driving. We're faster than Grosjean, we're faster than Raikkonen. Magnussen is quicker than us. We've gained on the first. It's that middle sector that's costing me. So I think we just need to try and be a bit tighter on some of our lines, and we'll be good to go, I think. So let's get out there again. This time I'm going to do the flying lap. This time I'm not going to mess around with the ERS in any way. I'm going to leave the ERS on hot lap the whole lap. See how that stacks up, and we will then take a look, essentially, see where we're at in terms of lap time. P17, I think there's a chance for improvement there, and it all starts with the exit out of this corner. Definitely not so hot at turn one. I turned right too early, and that meant I drifted wide. So this is the sector I need to kind of be a bit neater and tidier. Which is what I've done.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
And look, we're out of the RS at this point in the lap. So now we're just going to lose time up to the line. Interesting. Wow. Okay. There's time on the table. There's time on the table, definitely. That's very interesting on how... It's just that middle sector. I'm losing time compared to everyone. Everyone I'm losing time. And we're so close to, like, the Alpha Tauris. I just need to It's the middle sector. Right, okay. Okay, here we go. Make or break time in quali. I need a better final sector. So again, turning the car down in the middle is where it's at, because that enables me to be ready for the keep the car as low as possible. Don't get greedy with turn 1. Beautiful. I've only gained like a 10th in the middle sector. In fact, I've lost time. Oh. Hey, it's going to be an improvement. It's going to be an improvement. Is it a 111? It's just a 111. 111.9. I'm happy with that. I'm actually very happy with that lap. I could have gained a bit more. I gained a 10th in the first sector. Was very even with my middle sector compared to my fastest lap. So that's where I'm losing all the time. And annoyingly, that's where we need to be able to follow other cars. Because then we need to be able to set them up for passes. I think this corner I was giving away definitely a bit of time. Like, I wasn't quite getting the line right, but into the 111s. Very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. This pit lane is definitely going to be a hard one as well. Get the feeling I'm potentially going to speed into that. I'm excited to get my new sponsor on the car after this race. I'm excited for this race, you know. So let's have a look at the lap time deltas. 110.1 from Bottas. That is insanely fast. Yeah, 19.0 in the middle. It matches Latifi. And we're losing so much time in that middle sector.
Our best lap so far is at 1:11.
I'm probably going to lose out to, like, these three. I'm probably going to qualify 17th looking at it. Because, to be honest, my starts are also dreadful. So, you know. Anyway, let's ride on board with... Who is closest to me? Kevin Magnussen. Let's ride on board with K-Mag. Here he comes. Oh, so he's on his outlap right now. I think like Cody's have done. I've said this before in every stream, but I think they've done a phenomenal job with the audio this year. The Ferrari engine sounds great. The AI are so slow into this corner. They're very slow in turn 1. It's just a shame this corner isn't more of an overtaking opportunity. Yeah, well, we're not still 13th, are we? The Alpha Tauri's got me. I figured they would.
Verstappen, Bottas, and Sebastian Vettel. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the
Qualified
Grand Prix.
15th. Lacey got 21st. 7/10 slower than me. We beat a Renault and an Alpha. Like an Alfa Romeo, not an Alpha Tauri. I'm well happy with that. Can't wait to be 18th by turn 1 due to my starts. Take that, George Russell. That's another point to me. Oh, and we're now Affinity 4. Look at that. Yeah. Now the race here at Zandvoort. Pre-race, Circuit Zandvoort. Look out for turn 11. It's quite blind, very tight. If you miss your braking point, you'll lose a lot of time on the runoff. I don't know which one that is. Which one's turn 11? I think I know what one that is, actually. Anywho, looks like we're well on the way to winning this rivalry versus George Russell, and that will get us a lot of affinity, which is nice. Power unit is still running strong. Man, if we could get... Look at the other teams, though. They're getting away from us. Like, Alpha Tauri's got 12. Alfa Romeo's got 13. I said I wanted to try and beat Alfa Romeo. Sainz has only got 1 point for McLaren. Norris is doing some heavy lifting. Same with Alpha Tauri, though. It's all Gasly. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. I'm hoping we can have a good race. If I can finish higher than 13th, that'd be wonderful. Because that's where, like, that's a Lacey's highest finishing position.
It was 35 years ago that the late great Niki Lauda took his 25th and final Grand Prix win here at Zandvoort. He came from 10th on the grid to beat his McLaren teammate Alain Prost by just 0.2 of a second. Well, Zandvoort is a very different circuit today, of course, but still one with an incredible legacy. And we're going to add to that. Welcome along to the 2020 Dutch Grand Prix. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of a 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Anthony. Tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, and Albon. Sainz,
Albon's a second
Perez,
slower than his
Ricciardo,
teammate.
and Lando Norris. Giovinazzi, Fiat,
And we're
Pierre
14th,
Gasly, the
who had a grid
captain,
penalty.
Magnussen, Russell, Roman Grosjean, and Kimi Raikkonen. Alesi, Latifi, Stroll.
Ocon
and
had a grid
Albon
penalty.
Rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this
Here we
Grand
go.
Prix underway.
Here we go.
It might be difficult getting out of the midfield today based on your last race result. Let's see what you
Okay, so apparently the one stop is actually the faster strategy by about 10 seconds. So I don't think I am going to do the 2-stop now that I think about it then. I think what I might do instead is I might, instead of going hards to mediums, I might go mediums to hards. Let's bung some extra fuel in the car because I like rich mix. If the two-stop is like 11 seconds or 10 seconds slower like the game says it's going to be, there's really no point in trying it, because the additional lap time is clearly not going to be worth the benefit. So, and apparently as the stint goes on, yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, I think. Right, here we go then. Into the Dutch Grand Prix. Not really much else to think about. We're 14th on the grid. We're surrounded by guys on the soft tyre, so they're definitely doing a two-stop.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
Yeah, you're right, we don't, because that's what I've been doing. So a lot of cars around me on the soft tyre, which means they're going for a two-stopper. So it's probably a good thing that we're starting on the medium and not giving up over a second a lap to them. Because realistically, it's later in the race after we make our pit stop is where we're really going to know if we're in the running or not. Really feed some temperature through to the brakes.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
Try and heat the tyres using the brakes. The front left is going to be absolutely fine with all these right-handers. It's the front right I'm worried about. Trying to stick it up to Rich now. I hope I get a decent start. And I'm very scared about the AI into turn 1. Here we go. Ooh, this could be a good race for us. I'm hoping it's a good race for us. We're once again on the inside, turn 1, off the racing line. Oh, really getting those rear tyres warmed up. George Russell just behind me. Our appointed rival. A Lacey now lining up. He's on the racing line. Here we go. Lights are out and away we go. And we have bogged down like we always do. Because I can't start a race. We've got Raikkonen up our inside. We're past one of the Alphas. We've got a great exit. And we're up alongside Lando Norris. Can we sweep round the outside? Yes, indeed we can. And then into the stadium-esque section. Gasly ahead. Up to 12th off the start. Oh! What the hell happened there? I was looking at the proximity arrow. Norris was on my outside. It wasn't red, so I assumed that. That he wasn't that close to me. We are going to restart the race. Like, people probably won't like it, but you know, anything outside of the first lap is kind of the rule that I'm running. So if where's change camera? There we go. Anything outside the first lap for me, I can, you know. Is a retirement, but on the first lap it's very you know, like the stewards, I'm a bit more lenient. Yeah, he was there. The proximity arrow was white, but yeah, he's there. And then he's gone to turn right to take the corner, which is then pit me into over here. And that is that. Anyway, let's now restart this race. I've probably lost some tyre temps now, because I don't know if the formation lap carries over for restarts. Lights are out, away we go again. Probably not going to get as good a start this time around. No, Raikkonen still down the inside. Apparently I had a collision with Russell. Oh, we've run wide. I'd love to stay ahead of Gasly if I can put the power on. We are ahead. Oh, we're not quite ahead. Right, we'll yield to Gasly. So instead of being up to 12th this time around, we are still in 14th. I don't know how quick the soft tyres are going to fade, you know.
We've held position on lap 1. That's not great, but it's not terrible. Stay
Yeah, well, I wanted to be up 2 places, Jeff, but sorry. I'd like to keep a bit of ERS. Can I make a move on Gasly into turn 1? We're definitely getting a bit of pull. We're just not topping out. They do seem very cautious into 1. Oh, okay, so if we DNF now, or if we take any damage now, no more flashbacks, no more restarts. Come on, come on. We have the inside, and that is us past Pierre Gasly. Up into 13th. Next up, Lando Norris, who is behind Danny Kvyat and Antonio Giovinazzi. I'm wondering if I should be using my fuel in the early stages of this race to try and keep touch with the cars ahead. Verstappen setting the pace out front to the surprise of no one. It is the Dutch Grand Prix, and I'm sure he'll send Holland into raptures should he win this race.
You can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead.
Giovinazzi looks slow. And it very much seems like he is holding Kvyat and Norris up. Following another car makes that very hard. That corner with the dirty air. We're actually saving a lot of fuel. Right, let's bang it up to Rich, because I feel like we could definitely be using a bit more fuel. I left the door open for Gasly, and he needed no invitation, apparently. We are so slow into that corner, it is not even funny. So Gasly retakes 13th, and just as I was looking ahead at 12th, I've now been bumped back down to 14th.
Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
Oh, little twitch from Gasly. Power. He's vulnerable.
Right, we think the car behind might start to have fuel management issues. Let's see if we can use this to our advantage over the next few laps.
Just can't get my nose in like the AI can, and look, we're just going to lose time through this mid. I can't get the car in on that corner. Everywhere else, I am hunky-dory. It's those two middle corners, and they're really going to cost me here, I think.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
Because we're getting close to Gasly at the end of the lap, but we really just don't have the car in the middle sector. We're close to him though. Squirt the throttle. Let's hold it on the outside. Come on, come on. Don't think we're going to be able to pull alongside. No.
Engine is looking a little worn. Power output will be less than optimal.
Oh, we closed up on him on the exit there. Look at him just pull away. Really trying to abuse that curve on the inside. Gasly once again gets twitchy. Better exit. Come on. Come on. Into turn 1. We've got him. Oh, he's got DRS as well, though. And I've just not got the top speed. Dive bomb the up.com. Was that move a bit questionable? Absolutely. But did it get the job done? Gonna have to be careful as the tyres start to wear out.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
As the tyres start to wear out, I'm gonna have to be very careful in that fast left-hander because Gasly's looking racy. Gasly's looking racy. I'm going to defend to the inside, which is going to put me all out of salts, and it means I'm going to be over a second behind Lando at the DRS detection point. Gasly's going to try it into turn 1. He's not going to be able to make it through. Oh, he's got a good run on me, though. Backs out of it early. Wise choice, wise choice. Right, we really need to try and refocus our attention, because if we get stuck fighting with Gasly, we're going to drop back from this train. In fact, we are starting to drop back from this train. If you can hit that curb just right, you make a boatload of time. Right, let's try and catch back up to Lando. First sector where we are the fastest. Well, not the fastest, obviously, but we're pretty quick. Personal best through the first sector. Personal best through the middle-ish. Really abused that curb there. Oh, we got the DRS. Beautiful, beautiful. Allows me to save some battery down the straight. Personal best lap of the Grand Prix. boot it out of that corner. Look at this, the closing speed. Well, we were about... I don't know, we're well ahead of George Russell though. These guys will be coming into the pit soon. Oh, the dirty air! Oh, the front end did not want to bite there. I put the power down and the front end was like, no way, Sonny Jim. We've got some ERS to use. I intend to use it. Could we get Lando into turn 1? Could we get Lando into turn 1 with another dive on the up.com? We absolutely could. There we go. Lando Norris has been overtaken. He's got some brilliant traction on exit, but he ducks out of the move. And that's us up into 12th place. Next up, pair of Alphas. Danny Kvyat in the Alpha Tauri and Antonio Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, Jeff, I got it. Relax. I'm surprised that's not treated as a corner cut, I'm not going to lie to you. How far are these going? These guys go... Are they going to go soft to hard? There is no way. Oh, Kvyat parked it. If these guys go soft to hards, I'm going to be livid. Livid, I tell you. Why am I in 5th gear there? Definitely learnt my lesson versus Pierre Gasly in that corner. We are bouncing the car so much. I love it. If these guys go softer hards, I might cry, in all honesty. I think crying will be the only response. Because I haven't seen anyone in the pits. Ah, I have seen cars in the pits. What are they on? What are they on? What has Lewis Hamilton put on that Mercedes-Benz? It is a set of hard compound tyres. Well. So they are going soft to hard. That's annoying. So they will still be doing the one stop. No, he's not. Come on. Oh, I think Giovinazzi's preparing for a pit stop. He is preparing for a pit stop, and that means Danny Kvyat looks to be vulnerable into turn 1. wondered where the proximity ammo was. I thought I'd pushed him all the way out wide. I hadn't. It turns out what he had done was pull up right alongside me. Okay, so those guys are all gone to the hard tyre. They are one-stopping soft to hard, which I did not know was possible. And I relied on my wonderful team to tell me if that was. Anyway. I now don't have any reference points in front of me. I also don't have DRS anymore, so maybe it would have been smarter to sit behind Pierre Gasly or Danny Kvyat, whoever that is. It is Danny Kvyat. There we are. And Danny Kvyat goes into the pits. At least the benefit I'll have is my tyres will be younger. That's about the only benefit I see of this strategy, in all honesty. But we're running up in 7th. Problem is we're only here because of cars making their pit stops. See, and that's again where I'm just letting the car drift a little bit wide. I'm pushing it, but we've got 8.2-ish seconds to Russell, who is our rival. That's the man that we need to try and finish ahead of. I'm not going to lie, if Science passes me, I think I'm just going to let him by.
Gap to teammate behind is
We're 15 seconds ahead of our teammate. Do you reckon I could push a set of mediums to like... if they made soft to last like 12 laps, do you reckon I could push a set of softs to like lap?
The gap to the car ahead is 5.4 seconds.
How are these mediums looking? They're not great, in all honesty. So hear me out, chat. What if Carlos Sainz tried to overtake me and I straight up just let him? Especially now because I'm going to be behind him for DRS. What if I pushed these tyres to lap 20 and tried to get a set of softs to last the last 16 laps? What if that was something I did?
Push now.
I just cost myself easily over a second. Surprised to save that, in all honesty. That was me trying to be too cautious with the corner, which resulted in you'd finish last. I don't reckon the softs would last 16 laps. I don't know, I'm just thinking of an alternative, because right now we're running 8th, but the only reason we're running 8th is because of strategy. I'm not going to pit yet, These tyres have still got a couple laps in them, I think. He says, understeering like a bus.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.2 seconds.
Pit for the hards, think the freshness will be good. Potentially, that's kind of what I'm weighing up in my head. But fresh hards are like worn mediums, you know. Alright, let's come in.
Use your overtake button.
Oh, I clenched there. I clenched there. 3.1 from the boys.
Go now.
Teammates in as well. Sorry, Lacey, if I've
In the pits.
hampered your strategy.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Wait, am I out in 10th? I've come out in 10th. Boys, that's a point. I'm ahead of Kvyat and Giovinazzi. Oh, the car does feel better through there. Okay, the car does feel infinitely better, yes. Don't know why I slowed down for that corner so much. Right, so standard means we're saving a tiny amount of fuel per lap. It's not a lot, obviously, but it doesn't need to be a lot. Right, head down, just focus on getting this car to the finish.
Okay, gap ahead is 6.2 seconds.
What if I... Alright, calm down, SpongeBob being there. I was thinking of something. Oh, yeah, we pushed that a little bit too hard there. But yeah, I see what you mean. It potentially could have backfired, whereas this right now is... This right now is looking good. This right now is looking very good. Personal best.
We're leading our teammate by 18.7 seconds.
All we got to do is drive consistently and keep the Alpha Tauri behind us. That's literally all we have to do. Okay, no pressure. Just use the energy where I need to. Another PB in the middle sector. the energy on the final corner. Don't use all of it. 14.8. Oh, come on, I do 2 personal bests in a row and the team are now like, oh, manage your tyres. I can understand why. This is like the difference between like a point and not getting a point. And the best part is we're dropping Giovinazzi, Norris and Gasly. Oh, that switch.
Gap to car in front is 5.8 seconds.
Personal best again. I'm so happy I did some like practice on this circuit. I really am. Unlike Hanoi. Am I catching Ricardo and... I am catching Ricardo and Perez. I just noticed that was like 5 and I slightly saw them as well. Right, okay, I'm going to start actually saving some of my battery just in case Kvyat gets close enough. I'm sure he's probably managing fuel and managing things to the end of the race similar to me. But I am slowly saving up some fuel just in case I need it. Verstappen just on an absolute charge. Man, imagine if the Dutch Grand Prix happened and Max Verstappen won it. I think it would actually be recorded on the Richter scale.
The gap to the car ahead is 5.3 seconds.
But yeah, it's just not getting close enough. Well, his proximity arrow got a little bit closer there. The gap is now 7.3 to Giovinazzi. Whew, okay, I'm calm, I'm cool. Fastest final sector of the race. Look at that. With a 14.3. I've actually broken Kvyat's DRS. Aside from me doing something stupid, I think we're pretty good here. Commentator's curse and all that. I will say, while the practice has helped, driving the circuit consistently for the last 25 laps has definitely helped me educate where I need to be turning, where I need to be braking, that sort of thing. The abuse of that curb has definitely helped, I'm not going to lie to you. What? Hello? Lewis has problem. How far up the road is Hamilton? Not very far. I say not very far, he's a long way ahead. The only two cars in my close proximity are Perez and Ricciardo. There is some sunshine starting to break through the clouds actually, now that I look at it. I think that was the most I've abused that curb this whole race. Please start fighting, Perez and Ricciardo. I would very much like to start catching you if I can. I'd just like to take this point to thank you for everyone for checking out my little corner of the internet. This is Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. We started our My Team career mode yesterday. We got 20th in Australia in a wet to dry race where we could have got points. We got 20th at Bahrain where I knocked my front wing off in a crash with Raikkonen on like lap 3. But we proved that even after an elongated pit stop, we were still able to catch Williams by the end of the race. We got 19th in Hanoi where I did terribly. And we got 15th in China. And that was the first race where I've actually managed to beat my teammate. I should probably stop talking because I got a little bit ragged through the final sector there. Ricciardo has passed Perez. Please continue to scrap so I can carry on catching you. This is a long race, man. I was so low, I could have carried so much more speed there. Gasly's starting to come back at me. Oh, Kvyat. I assume it's Gasly because, I mean, it's the faster AlphaTauri, I'm sorry. We've got a bit of fuel to play with. But I'm not going to start using that until he starts really reeling me in.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.2 seconds.
For now, I'm just going to be utilising my battery off of the final corner and down the straight. Just take it down to about 50% on this run. Does Checo have a problem?
Perez ahead. Gap to car in front is 2.4 seconds. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 15 laps old. The time last lap was at 1 minute 15.9. You're gaining by a full second per lap. Good job.
It's going to be one of the few times you actually see me try and get information out of the engineer, but Checo seems very slow. I'm not going to use as much battery because I didn't recharge it that much on the way round. 15.0, 2 seconds. Kind of put a visual representation on it. I'm about as, well, not as close, but I am getting as close to Perez as Kvyat is close to me, and Bottas is out of the race. Oh, safety car.
Safety car.
Safety car.
Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Drop your
That's...
speed. Our delta is
No one's going to pit now. No one is going to pit now. No one in their right mind would pit now. No. Perez isn't pitting. Kvyat isn't pitting. Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to make sure that was the case because, God, it's going to be a last couple of laps of harem scarum, isn't it? Jostling for position. In a way, I'm a little bit disappointed about the safety car because, you know, whatever issues are being managed. Oh man, we've got like a whole lap to try and make up.
overtake the safety car. It is waiting to pick up the leader.
Kind of wish this wasn't happening. I was getting up behind Perez, and then like, would have I got into range to attack him? Who knows? But this is definitely breaking my rhythm.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative.
See, if I had gone to the softs, right, this would have made it perfect. Could steal some points here. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I get the feeling I would have got past Perez. If I had caught Perez, I'd have overtaken him because I'd have just done the dive bomb of the century into turn 1. Like you've seen me do a couple of times in this Grand Prix. But look, I'm already on for 2 points. Right now, if I stay where I am. I just need to be alert on the restart, you know? Could I try and steal some off Perez because he was looking slow before this safety car? Maybe. The problem is, this has really broken my rhythm. Where is this? The safety car's like round there. It's going to be, I reckon there's going to be 3 laps of racing left. I reckon it's going to be rich mix to the end though, based upon the fact that I've got like 1.5 laps of fuel. There's going to be like next to no DRS. And that is a Mercedes donkey in the back of that racing point in front of me. Got so much catching up to do. Like, Ricciardo's not at the back of the pack yet. That safety car is not going very slow. In fact, you know what? I'm going to start burning some fuel rather than saving it because I don't want to be too heavy. How is this a safety car period if I'm having to race around to catch it? Right, there we go, at last. Right, anyway. I'm keeping the car in rich because, quite frankly, I don't want to be too full of fuel, and there's only going to be 2 racing laps left. Because the safety car's not coming in this time. There's also some lapped cars. So we've got Perez 8th, Ricciardo 7th, Sainz is 6th, Hamilton is 5th, Latifi's in there. Giovinazzi hasn't caught the pack yet. I know I'm naturally going to save fuel behind the safety car anyway. There's only going to be like 2 laps of racing. There's Giovinazzi catching up. Norris. Gasly. This track under safety car is not fun to drive. Could I drive it at like maximum speed again, please? Please come in at the end of this lap. Please come in at the end of this lap. I beg you. What? Hello? I think the safety car is going to do the fastest lap soon. I think it might have done, you know? It was like, hello? Right, please come in at the end, please. I want 2 racing laps. Who are we waiting to catch up? Because clearly they are too bloody slow. Right, no, safety car's coming in this lap. Okay.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in
Are my tyres up to temperature?
Let's make sure those tyres are up to
Not
temperature.
really.
And remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, clear.
This has been absolutely filthy. Oh! There's been a huge accident. And I've thrown away points. Is what I've done there. Oh my god. What was that? Every race so far there's been an incident. I tried to squeeze in or tried to fit in behind Ricciardo. The lapped runners moving over to the side really threw me on the turn in. I'm so disappointed. I could actually cry. I really could. I tried to duck in behind Ricciardo on the left into the right-hander, but then I'd have been right behind him, fearing he was going to brake. Wait, what? Did I just give up 10th to Gasly? Is that something I just did? I'm so disappointed, man. I'd love to be able to explain to you what just happened, but after looking on course for 9th, maybe 8th, getting Perez into turn 1. Sorry, Kvyat, I didn't, or Giovinazzi, I didn't mean to just push you off. Or Raikkonen, whoever that was. Verstappen wins the race. I could cry. I really could. So angry. Why would the... I get why there were blue flags. The AI pulling over to the right. I understand that. How much contact did I make with Raikkonen? Like, or Joe, or whoever that was in the Alpha. Was it Kimi? I think it was Kimi. I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid. I mean, Verstappen wins the Dutch Grand Prix, wonderful, but what the hell?
Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened.
We were on
it.
for points.
No question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
So I was thrown under acceleration. I was going to move to the right to go down the inside of Perez. And then...
So, let's review the driver's standings. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead.
I'm just going to let Crofty get his spiel out of the way.
Let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. No change in the top spot, but with today's points, their hold on the lead is getting weaker.
You don't want to see it.
There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself.
You don't want to see the webcam, man. It was so... I was behind Perez in his slipstream thinking I could dive into turn 1. I then saw a Lacey, I think it was, slowing down. So I went, right, I've got to go even further right, which I did, which left me side by side with Ricciardo. And I was very much, right, well, I can't straighten out. I can't take the racing line because we were literally rubbing tyres. So I gave him room to accelerate. He started to pull ahead. I ducked in behind, or tried to duck in behind, and then I was like, right, well, don't be right behind him just in case he brakes, you'll lose your front wing. And then there was contact with Raikkonen, who was, of course, under blue flags. That was 2 guaranteed points we just threw away. Can we view highlights? Where are the highlights from this race? I hate the music it plays here as well. I don't know if this is going to play all the race highlights or if it's going to show the bit at the end. Is it going to follow me on my car? Right, it is. Okay. So let's see if it can pick up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, realistically, I should have been out lap 1, right? But we restarted. And you have no idea how much I wanted to do a flashback. You have no idea. But I said I wasn't going to. I loved that move on Gasly. I loved that move on Gasly. This was amazing. Look at this racing. And that, oh, that was Kvyat and Giovinazzi, right? And I think this is where we got the move done. absolute dive bomb of the century down the inside. This is still all before the pit stop. Defending against Kvyat, who of course had to get out of it there. The car already looks beaten up at this point. And here we are on the hard tyres now. And this must be coming near to the end of the race. This is us closing in on Perez before the safety car. Here it is. Look, here it is. Okay, so... Can I change camera? How do I change camera? How do I... Can I change camera? I don't know if I can change camera here, but look. So Raikkonen is on the right. Let's play this in slow-mo. Raikkonen's on the right. From behind the banner, you're going to see Ricciardo. And then I'm side by side with the Force India. Sorry, the Racing Point. And look, he just turns in. He's just there. Like, he's not actually out the way in any capacity. So he's not off on the right-hand side of the track at all. He was turning, which then caused me to hit him, which then sent him into a spin, which sent Raikkonen into the path of Kvyat, which then knocks him further into a spin, meaning there's like Giovinazzi, and I think I hit my teammate. I did hit my teammate. Man, I'm so angry about that. And I just sort of picked my way through the mess that I somehow created. And then here's me kind of getting my sweet revenge and just understeering and pushing him off. I'm so upset. I'm so upset! No! You don't want my thoughts, Claire.
Let's have your thoughts. You were cutting your way through the
Sure, it's so easy when the car handles like this. It's about having a great team and a great car, sure. Oh, that was at the start.
You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there? Do you think you were lucky not to end?
There was no suspension issue. There was no I was lucky. That was Kimi Raikkonen not getting out of the way under a restart. I'm not even going to comment.
Great. Well, that's everything.
I don't even know what to say. I really don't. You know, we always hear Martin Brundle going on about, oh, and don't let all the lapped cars go and just get racing and all that. No, let the lapped cars go. Let them go to the back of the field. I will advocate for that now. Livid. Right, what can we do? Simulator training, promotion filming, and marketing strategy conference. Yeah, let's do that. Wonderful. I'm not sure whether I found that funny or horrible. It was heart-crushing. I knew Perez was vulnerable. I'd been catching him for, what, 10 laps? Like, we can get him. And should I have been greedy? No. But at the same time, in the great words of one of the greatest to ever do it, if you no longer go for the gap, you're no longer a racing driver. And then Raikkonen just, here's what I'm going to do, right? The next corner's a right-hander. There's loads of cars, right, a lap ahead of me. I'm just going to turn ever so slightly onto the racing line. Points. Points. Anyway, right, let's move on from that, right? That's behind us. We can now sign another sponsor. Qualify Peter. No, that ain't going to happen. Score 3 points during a... No. I could have done that. That's something I could have done. If I'd got 8, I'd have got 4 points. Overtake 5 drivers. As a team, complete 50 laps. Achieve fastest lap. Achieve a top 10 finish. 10 laps during practice. Score 10 points on a race weekend. Overtake 10 drivers. Complete a race with no DNFs within the team. That's a little bit questionable. I think we could do it, but it's depending on reliability. Complete 15 overtakes. Score more points than the team directly above you in vehicle. That pays a lot, but no. Achieve and hold first. Yeah, all right. As a team, complete a total of 30 laps during practice. Qualify P15 or better. Goal bonus. Answer at least 4 interview questions during a race weekend. The weekly income's low. The goal bonus is high. Achieve a top 12 finish during the race. As a team, complete a total of 12 laps during a race weekend. It's very low income. Complete a race with no DNFs for the team. Score at least 1 championship point during a race weekend. Earn driver of the day. Achieve and hold first position for 2 laps. Complete all practice. Absolutely not. Answer at least 2 interview questions during a race weekend. I feel like I could do that one. Let's do that one. Easy. Right, where is the livery? Right, so we've got sponsor slot 1 is... That's on the front wing. Let's keep that as trist. Actually... Zantonic. Zantelo. Let's have that... Do you know what? Let's just have it as black. We've got some black on our car, because I think that also... Yeah, it's on the... There we go. Zanteno. Wonderful. And then we've got Atlantic there. Atlantic on the rear wing and TriStar, our title sponsor there. Awesome. So we've got 3 million. Kind of want to upgrade something. Now, do I want better chassis or better aerodynamics? I feel like powertrain is good where it is. I think we need to better our chassis. So I'm going to invest in our chassis department, I think. Facilities. Let's do fabrication. We need to get our chassis more up to speed. So now I need to start saving money again. But now with another sponsor, that's not really going to cause... Yeah, our outgoings for this month are a little bit... meh. You know. Anyway, Spanish Grand Prix. I wonder if chassis updates will affect the look of the car one day. That would be kind of awesome if it did, Mr. Potato Person. Yeah, no, an overall sort of change to the look of the car would be quite cool. I have my doubts, but... Did we get... Ah.
As we continue to increase our acclaim, more potential partners become willing to work with us.
Oh yeah, I've done that, sorry mate. Yeah, I've
I've
already done that.
From the corporate tab.
So, we got our aero upgrade. Sorry, our chassis upgrade for weight reduction. So... We're due an aero upgrade and we're due an ERS upgrade. So we need to get some resource points to maybe move into better weight redistribution. I think that's where we're going to invest next. And now I need to get simultaneous development on aero. So that's the next big investment that I'm going to do. I think. Right, before we go to this race weekend, chat, I'm going to go grab a brew. Like different shark fins and wing designs. That'd be epic. Maybe, I think from a chassis perspective, the chassis of the car is more obviously the innards. I would love it if the more aero you produced, you got like sort of like what you're saying, better shark fins, like stuff like that. I'd be 100% on board with that, absolutely. Like, because one of the cool things, I don't know if you've ever played Motorsport Manager. One of the cool things you can do with that is you can actually sort of there's like sliders depending on how like bulky you want the rear end to be, and it's not just a visual thing. If you want your rear end bulkier, it says right you have more downforce at the back of the car, but it creates more drag and it kind of actually affects the stats of the car. I don't know if obviously that's going to be in this game, but I don't see a reason why that might not be a future thing, seeing as this is the first year for my team and I'm already very impressed with it. But yeah, I'm going to go grab a brewski. I'll be back in a minute. Right, well, I've gone for my brief sob about throwing away points. And that's the last we're ever going to do and talk about it until it appears in some kind of highlight montage. Let's get to Spain. Excuse me. I think this track has been reprofiled somewhat, from what I gather. Yeah, that was one of the main selling points of Motorsport Manager. Man, I played so much Motorsport Manager.
So what have you got against practice sessions? Even if you're confident in your setup, these sessions
Hello?
are still
We
used
just got
for
here?
development data.
I think that's probably in reference to the Dutch Grand Prix, where I like simulated the last two practice sessions. Anyway, weather forecast, dry. Car development. Oh yeah, I haven't been keeping tabs on R&D history, progress history. So we have apparently jumped above AlphaTauri, and Haas have had a massive upgrade, and they are now, so it's us and AlphaTauri and Haas are all kind of on the same wavelength. Racing Point jumped to McLaren in the last race. Renault really haven't upgraded much, and Ferrari are now getting closer to Red Bull. And then on the 11th of May, we get minor rear downforce upgrade. And then we should get a major ERS thing on the 26th of May. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good, good, good. Right, okay. Where are we at engine-wise? ICE is not looking so hot. I think I'm going to run this engine this weekend. And then I'm going to run it in Monaco. And then I think after that is when we're going to swap it out. But we're looking like we're hot to win the rivalry versus George Russell, which is very nice. Let's get into practice. I can go away. At least we can now know if we develop a somewhat decent car over the winter, next season, Zandvoort, we can expect a good result, right? Because positives, you know, we were very much on the pace.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to...
In 2018, 2019, you've never seen Williams escape the back end without being joined. It's ridiculous, but realistic. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think I drove for Williams for like 8 races in F1 2018, and I was like, I don't know. Just no. I wanted to do like a Road to Glory, but you never know. Like some of the resets could be quite fun for them. Right, anyway, Spain. Once again, I'm going to need a front end on the car. How much downforce do I want to put on? I do want to be slippery-ish in a straight line. Should we do that for a slightly more agile front end? Transmission, do the usual. The suspension settings are weird in this year's game, but messing around with them definitely did some good. I think I might run some softer springs here. Try and utilise some of the curbs. Let's do that. Let's bring the roll bars back into line. Let's run a bit more ride height on the car. Brakes are good, tyres are good. Okay. Track acclimatisation. Like I say, I think this has been reprofiled somewhat. I think the final sector has been made to seem more realistic because the F1 drivers were like, what is this final sector? This is not Spain. So this bit of the track is wider. This corner seems a bit longer and a bit smoother. Yeah, this levels out much more, and that chicane is much more much longer, more longer. Great English, Simon. I think I know what I mean. Doesn't seem as Mickey Mouse as before. Is the great terminology used by Formula 1 drivers. Very slow through the second part there. Ride that curb and then on the brakes. I can never tell where to brake for turn 5. I always feel like I brake way too early, and I think that was proved there. Ooh! Okay, I actually caught the car, which was nice, but that was very, very buttock clenching, and I've missed that completely. Find it funny how they keep adding on new things, but don't re-add the red flag despite it being 6 years of asking for it. So it's still not in this year's game. I've made the exact same mistake. Brilliant job, Simon. Brilliant job. Still no red flag. Wow. Okay. I get it in a way, because I think the last thing I would want is some kind of red flag. But from a realism perspective, I get it. Like, this is like they try and make it a simulation as possible, right? So I understand, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It'd be hugely beneficial if it was like a few laps from the end, you're running in 5th, and it's like, oh yeah, red flag. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll take my 5th place in my, you know, my team created car. I will see what I can do, Mr. Jeff. I don't see why he feels the need to explain it every time. Whoops. I feel like I'm being very cautious into that braking zone, you know? Man, we are smashing this delta. It's going to be an easy maximum points, I think. Unless we really balls up this final sector, which, to be honest, I can see us doing. It is Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. Really want to push harder on that second bit of the chicane. There's definitely time to find there, I think. Wonderful. Anyway, got to keep pushing, doing these lap times in practice. Got to complete our 75 laps for our race weekend, and hopefully I get 2 questions asked of me. That's all I can really hope for, you know. Onto the fuel management. Runs over several runoff curves. Purple tyre management. F1 2020 logic. I think that's been F1 logic for a long time, man. It was the case. It's just knowing what corners to abuse. Like, there's certain corners that you can just abuse for the tyre management. Like in China, you know, the one before the long straight. If you take that at a certain line, regardless of how much power you're on, it's just like, oh yeah, you're in the purple. It's like, hello. I almost try and press the DRS too early. I suck at fuel management, I will say. Although saying that, I'm like 9/10 up. Have they made this like track really easy to do the practice programs? Because it currently feels like it is. That was incredibly easy. Like, incredibly easy. Never had a fuel one that easy. So I've always been teetering on the green. So, interesting. Okay. We don't do ERS management around here. That's just something like we don't talk about. It's not in the manual. Let's see if we can do a quali pace run, because I've struggled. I don't think I've successfully managed it at any track. Actually, I might have managed it in Australia. I'm not sure. Right, 119.9, so effectively a 112 or a 120 flat is what the game expects me to be able to achieve. Well, I definitely tried to push the braking zone a bit more there, and it, and I paid for it, but very cautious on the way into that hairpin. Should have seen that sponsor as complete all of the practice programs as assigned. Wow, we even got the purple.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good lead.
119.4 we managed. Beautiful. Remember the first time I tried a time management course, I was on keyboard, so of course it was horrible, and the race strategy ended up being 4 super softs. Christ, yeah, no, I couldn't imagine playing this game on a keyboard. I mean, I'm on a pad because I suck on a wheel. Well, if I was sweating it, I would try and be good on a steering wheel and try and actually learn. But because I'm streaming, I kind of want to be comfortable and relaxed. Hence why I'm on a pad. I would never try this game on a keyboard. Don't you worry, Jeffrey. You'll be getting some data out of me, that is for sure. I wonder. Curb abuse. Okay, no. I was hoping for the car to feel very planted there. Figured I would try it. The old school, just riding that curb does not appear to be a thing. Man, this engine's on its last legs. I haven't actually checked the gearbox. The gearbox has always been my the thorn in my side in reliability in recent games. I'm hoping this track's really good for the AI, because Spain appears to be one where the it's always in the player's favour more, unlike a track like Bahrain where it's very much in the favour of the AI. But we are well up on our... Should we turn it up to rich, just so it pre-fuels the car quite high? Like I have a wheel now, but I still remember how horrible keyboard was. I hope one day... maybe don't read and drive. Kids, if you're watching this, don't read, chat and drive. I know you don't feel like you're ever really going to be in a scenario, but trust me, I can tell you, there will be one. car feels really good through there. Really good. I hope one day they had a proper keyboard assist like Grand Prix 4. Can't say I ever played it. This is my first F1 game on a PC. Well, I've owned the others on PC. I just never played them religiously. I was always like an Xbox guy. The wheel I've got, the G920, I think, works for both. There is some form of like assisted steering in this, isn't there? But probably not for the keyboard. I think that's more for the wheel for people that are like brand new to it, I think. Definitely can't take that corner flat, but I can take it with more confidence than I used to. I really like that reprofiled final sector. Like, really like it.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great
That's
data.
it.
Stay focused.
Noah's Ark grid. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Usually is. Usually is. Right, I think I'm done. I'm gonna advance to practice 2.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. Hamilton, Verstappen and Alexander Albon. And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're
So
in for an
Alesi also ran the
exceptional
soft tyre
weekend
and he
with
was
Formula
6/10
One.
slower than me. This could be a good sign of things to come. Right, and let's simulate practice 2. And let's see how many points we've got. Okay, I got 550. Alesi got 125. I skipped the rest of that. Oh, we're so close to Affinity level 6. Not that Affinity level 6 gets us anything. Incompetent Racing Grand Prix be like gets first place, next race gets 13th. You would be right. Let me oh, shut up, Carl.
See, you've been skipping a lot of practice sessions.
Wah.
This is useful to get used to the track, improve
Wah.
car setups, and help
Anyway,
gather data for car development. Make sure you don't jeopardize
so
your results.
Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. Allow me to show you how we've been. Look, so I got Australia. I don't know if you've popped into the stream, and I greatly appreciate you, deciding to chat and integrate. We could have got points in Australia because it was wet to dry. There was a safety car, but I decided to hit Gasly twice behind the safety car and finish 20th. Bahrain, I broke my front wing on lap 3 trying to pass Raikkonen around the outside of turn 1, and I had some really solid pace, but still came 20th. Vietnam was dreadful. I don't like that circuit. Alesi was outdoing me. China, I think China all in all went okay. So we got 15th. And then could have got 8th at Zandvoort. If you go back to earlier in the stream, you'll see 2 laps from the end, I decided to have a bit of a crash. And we're not going to talk about it anymore. Anyway, we've got 1,000... so, Is that a major? That's a major weight reduction upgrade. That's a major weight reduction upgrade. You've been subscribed for quite some time. Oh man, that's good to hear. I appreciate that. I'm terrible at keeping track on like who is subbed and who's not. I've streamed like a lot recently of just some random stuff. My F1 2019, you might have noticed, it died quite a death. I was going through some stuff then. To be honest, I'm still going through some stuff now. But you know, I've got a couple of weeks off work, and F1 was coming out, so I was like, I'm gonna go hard on this, and I'm gonna dedicate my time to it, and really, really give this the love that I wanted to give F1 2019. And then as like the My Team stuff came out, it just all, you know. But expect me more regularly to be streaming, not only this, but some other stuff. I've got some big plans for the future. So we've got a major upgrade for ERS coming. I think this is the next logical step, the weight reduction. We really need to work on our chassis, because that's where we're lacking versus Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri. I keep just wanting to say Alfa, and then I realise there's two of them. Because here, they're well above us, apart from Alfa Romeo, but we're working on that. And in the powertrain, we're about to have the best engine. So, obviously Alfa Romeo are ahead, but that's because they've got Ferrari power, which I expect to be nerfed in the future. So let's get this major upgrade on the car. 8th of June, that's fine. GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, BST, HMRC, yeah, IHOP, sure. Yeah, no, I'm a wee English boy. What is this? Reading points of the track, whatever. Anyway, let's just get into a qualifying. That's my empty mug. That's going to have a dribble of very cold coffee left in it. That's the last thing I need to be drinking. Basically UK. Oh, yeah. Another British boy. Nice. Whereabouts are you, my dude? Right. Let's take some fuel out of the car. 3 kilos. Right. Let's get out. Do our first lap. After, I was quietly confident about Zandvoort, so I'd put some practice in. But after feeling the car there in the practice session and seeing our times, I'm quietly confident, you know. And I did say that the European leg, at least the start of it, before Monaco, is where we might be able to get some good results. You're London? I'm close by. Close by. Which I hope you'd be able to tell from my accent, in that I don't sound like I'm from... So, for me, I'm one of those people, when I say the north, you know, I think anything north is like north of London, per se, because once you get to a certain point, all the bloody road signs just say the north. But obviously, yeah, I don't sound northern. There's a No Heroics into Zandvoort shirt. Oh, that's amazing. I'm going to need that for the next race. Yeah, we got Monaco later on today. What I tend to do is I tend to take... I do a couple races, take a couple hours off to, like, you know, just chill, eat, and then I'll come back on to do 2 or 3 races. So I did 4 yesterday. This is my second one of the 2 this stream. Right, here we go. Let's see what the first lap is going to bring us. Let's just keep hot lap enabled for the whole lap, and I kind of want to see... Had to lift, wasn't flat there. Through turn 3, we need to keep it flat. Come on, there we go. Pushed a bit too hard in some points here. Left some time on the table very easily through that first sector. Oh, I'm there. Okay. First time I've really approached this section of the track in anger. Where are we compared to Raikkonen and Grosjean? We are slower by a substantial margin. And then Albon does a 16.6. Oh, we should get out of the way of that, Renault. Okay, so we left a lot of time on the table there. I'd say about half a second on that lap. Let's bolt on another set of tyres. Let's look at our sector times. So 21.6 in the first. Okay, we could definitely get a bit more. Definitely the last sector I felt we were running very wide. The fact that a Lacey is faster than me kind of speaks volumes in my opinion. So let's fast forward the time a little bit to like 10 minutes remaining. And then let's now go out again. Let's just do a flying lap this time. So the tyre's going to be a little bit more warm because, you know, the out lap has been done by the AI. Right, and I'm going to try and manage that. Oh, you idiot, Simon. Right, let's hold on. We're going to pretend that never happened. If it was a mistake on the lap, I wouldn't have done that. Right, anyway, we're going to manage the ERS throughout this lap a little bit. I'm really pushing this lap way too hard. Way too hard. Trying to overdrive the car, trying to find the time. Oh, it shifted down into second. And I've understeered wide. Right, no, we're not even gonna finish this lap. Oh, we could definitely do better. How long's left in the session? I could have just returned to garage, but I wanted to bring it in. Jeff can be hilarious sometimes. Oh, he certainly can. Jeff's a funny guy. He's got a side gig in stand-up comedy. I love Jeff when like the AI kind of like when it glitches sometimes and it says you're actually higher up the order. So like, you know, I think it happens sometimes where it will like the timing will go weird and he'll be like, "Oh, that's 4 passes, great work." And you're like, "I didn't pass anybody." Right.
So far, our fastest
And we can
lap
go
is
faster, and we're going to go faster right now.
18.3.
118 flat. I'm telling you now. It's happening. No monitoring of ERS. We're just going to do it. Oh, we're already down in our delta. You know I said 118 flat. I think I underestimated myself. Whoo! That felt good. That felt real special. I'm a little bit annoyed I got the AI to do the outlap for me. Because Magnussen, go. Magnussen, go. Magnussen. Thank you. Oops. Oh, apparently you're on an outlap as well. Alright, fine. Oh, they must all be on outlaps. Yeah, there's 2 minutes left of the session. Sorry, boys. You're going to have to deal with me. Go past. Go past. Go. Oh, my God. I hate you so much. Nice lap. Yeah, that felt special. That felt real good. I just kind of shut up and concentrated. The problem is now, I hope the AI can actually go faster and beat that, because I really don't want to start in the top 10. Especially on these tyres, because they're like 10% worn. Hence why I've done the in-lap myself, to try and manage them. Good to know you can kind of push the pit lane a bit harder this time, or this year. There we go. Things I never thought I'd hear somebody say. I don't, because we're going to be on the soft tyre, and it means we're committed then to a 2-stop. And then that's going to hamper our strategy. But then if this is our pace, like, don't get me wrong, that lap was something special. What difficulty am I on? 95? I kind of just wanted to get a feel for things. What I might do is I might, if we consistently start outperforming where our car should be, I'll then bump the difficulty up. Because I took a long break from F1 2019. I think when I was actually properly doing my career modes for like 4 seasons at a time, I think I was running on like 103 when I was at my fastest. Hello?
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Bottas, Hamilton, and Max Verstappen. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand
My
Prix
fears
tomorrow, so make
are
sure you
good.
join us
We're
then.
golden. We ain't got to worry about starting in the top 10. I got deleted out of the top 10. Valtteri Bottas with a 15.5. What is that lap time? Look at Sainz in 7th, right? And then you got Big Lando down in 18th. Grosjean's really outperformed that Haas. He's done very well there. And then Latifi is... I mean, Latifi. Ah, yes. Oh, George. Oh, Georgie boy. We're going to win that. And we're going to go to rank 6. Come on. Rank 6. Yes. 18% combined acclaim boost. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right. We ain't got to worry about a top 10 start. We can run the optimal strategy. We're looking like we're going to do okay. Carla's got a sub in. Like, he's angry today, isn't he?
Even if you're confident in
He's
yourself,
an angry,
these
angry
sessions are
man.
useful for developing
Right, 33 laps of Spain. This could be big. This could. I kind of thought we might be competitive in Zandvoort. We could have got points there, and I know Spain I normally do well at. So I'm. Let's see if we can pull off something special.
Welcome along then to what promises to be another fascinating Spanish Grand Prix. A race which saw Max Verstappen win on his first ever appearance with the Red Bull team in 2016. This after the dramatic coming together of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg on the first lap. Will we see more moments for the scrapbook here today? It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Charles
here we
Leclerc,
go.
and Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Kvyat, and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Raikkonen, Romain Grosjean, and Perez. The captain, Giovinazzi, Pierre Gasly, and Lando Norris.
Squeeze me.
Alesi, Magnussen, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then. It's time to go racing. As we head to
Oh man, I
trackside
love the Spanish
for
Grand
today's
Prix.
race.
Oh, yeah, I'd love some points as well, mate. Right, one-stop strategy.
Good luck.
Wait. You're telling me I can only underfuel the car? What is that? Alright, whatever. Apparently running in rich mode for my... Apparently running in rich. In the practice program, they were like, oh yeah, no, you didn't burn enough fuel.
On this lap, we're running the gears, so go through them all if you can.
But I would love points, I really would. New sponsor on the car. I kind of hope I can get a good start, because that has been my downfall this year, has been really trying... This has been one of the worst years for starts. Hoping with the reprofile of this track, it can actually, you know... Maybe you need to invest more in fuel economy? Maybe? But last race at Zandvoort was the first race where running in standard, I was actually gaining fuel each lap. But if they're telling me that I can underfuel the car, surely they expect me to be able to save, even though I did rich running, or did I do lean running for the race strategy program? I don't know. Anyway, it means the car's going to be slightly under-fueled, which means we can kind of run faster, I guess. A lot of cars around me on the same strategy as well, mediums to hards. So there's not really going to be the tyre differential that there was at Zandvoort. Alright. And I think what I'm going to do for the first stop, I'm going to get some more front wing put on the car. Because on the hards, I'm going to need that extra pointy nose, turn in, sort of McGee. There we go. Probably because you did well in the fuel program. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. We're actually on the racing line as well. God, I can only hope for a good start. It's going to be chaos into turn one. Right, just to remind everyone of my rules. If there is a bad start or a crash out or damage or something, we restart so long as it's only on the first lap. Once I cross the line for the first lap and that's completed, no restarts, no flashbacks, no nothing. We have to accept our fault. Lights are out and away we go, and it's a bad start, to the surprise of no one. Wall of death around the outside of Grosjean and Raikkonen. There's Perez. Oh, I've had to lift, and I'm getting dirty off the back of the Haas. I'd love to have sent it down the inside, but there is an Alpha right there. Oh, it's Giovinazzi, and he's muscled his way past me. We've sent it back down the inside. Ooh, car very, very twitchy there. Right, let's now drop it to standard. How early are they going to brake? Oh, they're going to brake early, and that's allowed me to slither up the inside of Sergio Perez, push him out wide. That is us up into 14th. Next up, Romain Grosjean, who we tried to hold a wall of death around the outside of for turn one. It didn't quite work out. We're not looking that quick through the chicane. Currently eating spaghetti while watching PEG. Ah, Psycho Enigma Gaming. That's got to be it, right? Oh, what kind of spaghetti? Hopefully not just plain spaghetti. You're a bit of a madman if you are. Or the understeermeup.com in the turbulent air of the Haas right there. Oh yeah, look at in standard how much we're gaining back. Oh, gravel on the tyres. Missed the turning point a couple of times there. Right, let's. It's fine. Don't like that bollard anyway. Hamilton with the fastest lap of a 19.4. Well, I tell you what then, if we can get that much fuel back just in standard mode, let's burn some more.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I definitely pushed a bit too hard into that first chicane. Go, lift off ever so slightly. Right, I want to be able to attack Grosjean at the start of the next lap. If I wasn't too busy overdriving the car and kind of out braking myself at literally every corner, I might have the opportunity to do that. In fact, Perez has... Oh, easy.
To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment
Perez got a very good run on me. It actually stops me from getting DRS on Grosjean in the middle sector. Where's the detection point in this last sector? Right, it's just after this chicane. No, we're just outside. Meanwhile, Sergio Perez does very much in the 1 second. But that's fine. So he's got DRS to pass me, okay? That's fine. What we're going to do, we're going to understeer wide because of dirty air. And we're going to try and sit in his slipstream, get DRS off Perez, and hopefully pull ourselves back up behind Grosjean. But then again, we are dropping back from Perez. Turns out we might not actually be that fast around here. We were just outside of a second on Perez there as well. Personal best final sector though. Front end's got like nothing. Have we got damage? No. Front end just doesn't feel connected to the car almost. It just doesn't want to turn. In the pits because don't really know what. Fair play. Right, here comes Giovinazzi with his DRS and his overtake mode. He just wasn't close enough. Front's really scrubbing. Car really isn't that fast around here. A Lacey is dropping back. I can only hope the guys on a 2-stop end up really far behind. But quite frankly, I have no pace. Because at some point I'm going to have to turn the car down. Way too abusive over the curbs there. I'm just gonna bail. I'm not proud of that by any stretch of the imagination, but I bailed because otherwise it would have ended up worse. Even though we did then just set a personal best lap at the Grand Prix. No one saw it. Now we commence the train, and the train is very much coming, my friend. Look at the front end just not wanting to bite at all. Let's just turn it back down to medium. Just try and... Or standard, not medium. Try and save a bit of fuel. I'm well aware that Perez is getting away from me.
It is 1.9 seconds.
He was outside the window of DRS though, which is nice. No personal best because you know we didn't cut the chicane. That is one Valtteri Bottas.
So teammate behind is 5.9 seconds.
Is that going to be... Oh! We've got some understeer here.
Okay, this is Jeff.
We've very much got some understeer.
If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty.
I think I'm going to stick another crank of front wing on the hard tyres. Don't know what lap we're due to pit, but... Yes, I am aware that we have where. It is trainmcgee.com/slow at Catalunya.incompetentracing.gp. Giovinazzi's going to be coming at me this lap. I can smell him. We're fine, mate. Two cranks of front wing for the stop. When's the stop? Oh, lap 14. Oh, no. Stop's a while away, boys.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.8 seconds.
Well, lap 10. We're not faring too hot. Maybe we'll fare better on the hards. But we have definitely train.com McGee behind me. Soon, they've already started falling, Jeff. I'm just going to go to standard. You literally just said the grip was... I hate you, Jeff.
Concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Like, Jeff, I have a special hatred for you. Team's car makes me feel like Euro Truck Simulator 2. Euro Truck Simulator 2 is one of the greatest games I've ever played. I spent like £25 on DLC in the Steam sales on that game the other day. And annoyingly, I've lost all my save data, so I've got to start again. And I think I got in like, in the multiplayer mod, I got in some lobby and I somehow found myself with 10 million. But it is good, because I stopped playing that game, because I was like, what have I got left to do? I've got all this money. So, starting again with all this new DLC has been quite nice. I'm only like level 3, but I do currently feel like I am driving a truck as opposed to a Formula 1 car.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.0 seconds.
Hooray! Tyres, grip. Oh, I'm excited. Front wing change. Well, not front wing change, sorry. Like, front downforce amendment. You know what I mean. Fuel's getting a bit back in line, which is lovely. Lovely, lovely. All the front-running teams in this train are probably hating me right now. Don't know why I'm shifting down if I'm in 6th gear. Why is Giovinazzi that far behind me? I'm not complaining. Maybe you should do a Euro Truck Simulator 2 stream one day. It'd be super chill. Yeah, no, I might. I was debating it the other day. I was talking to a couple of friends about it, actually. Just being like, look, we could get on the multiplayer mod and just do that. Because trying to just park is content in and of itself in that game. I think Giovinazzi's got Bottas attacking him. Why he fell back. Driving games definitely are more my forte. That's definitely like the type of game I enjoy playing. That or Pokemon. I streamed a lot of Halo recently as well, because in the build up to like Halo Infinite. Halo 3 comes to the Master Chief Collection actually on July 14th, so that'll probably be me playing some Halo. Oh, Perez got past Grosjean in the end. Ah, it's now Bottas up behind me. Oh, yes. I will indeed be pitting this lap.
We're coming in this lap.
Valtteri, I'm sorry, but I'm not letting you through. Don't you half put your nose... He half put his nose up the inside, and then I didn't want to turn in. Didn't want to be pitted into a spin. But to be fair, that is Bottas behaviour. I expect Bottas to not even go for the move. Maybe Codemasters secretly put Bottas 3.0 in this game. DRS? Ooh, spicy bit of DRS. Maybe I got a little too excited about our potential pace, seeing as how easy the practice programs were. I was like, maybe I'm good round Spain. I don't know. Either way, we are coming in for our one and only pit stop of the Grand Prix. Oh, I've approached that way too cautiously. I could have pushed that much harder. Right, who is in? There's a McLaren coming in. There's a Renault coming in. Right, Perez is away. Grosjean's going to have to be held because of me. Lovely. 2.3 by the boys.
Go, go, go. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
And very much like you say, let's get some heat into these tyres. Let's bump it up to Rich. Oh. Gripmeup.com. Now this is where this race starts to shake out. Lacey is in the pits. Don't know why we get his first name.
Giuliano in the pits.
F1 Pit Crews can change 4 tyres in 2 seconds. Meanwhile, me and the boys can't even put a brake tyre on in under 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Front is 1.
Specialists, am I right? They masters of their craft. Imagine taking your road car into a garage and just be like, right, do you want it normal style or F1 style? F1 style's like 10 times the price, but it's done in like 4 seconds. I think, not gonna lie, I would pay. I mean, I don't drive, but when I do.
The gap behind us is 2.1 seconds.
We are getting close to Grosjean. Hashtag just saying.
We're leading our teammate by 9.7 seconds.
Car seems happier on these tyres. Much happier on these tyres. I'm just going to pop us into standard mix. See if we still continue to catch the Haas. Oh, easy, easy. That's a bit of DRS. Car's a lot more pointy with this front end. It almost feels unstable with how pointy it is. But I do have DRS. We could be passing Roman in the next couple of laps here. He certainly doesn't seem happy on these tyres. Let's turn the engine back up. Oh, bit of a wobble from Grosjean. Come on. Come on. Come on. Slipstream. Mr. Slipstream. I had no business being there. I'm sorry, Grosjean. I was not close enough to have a go that time around. No damage. We can try again. Charles Leclerc, fastest lap, 19.3. Trying to figure out where is Grosjean, or where Grosjean is mainly slow, so I can try and capitalise on it. Like, into turn 1 is going to be our best opportunity. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. That was me trying to battle to be ahead of Sainz. And then what happened there is, well, got greedy on the brakes. Is entirely what happened there. And just didn't judge the gap to the Haas in front of me. Car doesn't seem bad though. Still drivable. But there is definitely a bit of a train forming just up the road. I've got like no drive.
The car ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. Gap to teammate behind.
Oh man, yeah. Norris's podium finish is going to go down. Like, that was my true happiness. Obviously, that Norris podium finish. I remember when Leclerc won at Monza, I was absolutely joyous for him. And then when this team gets points. When JB won the World Drivers' Championship, that was some happiness right there.
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H.
I think our engine is not helping our attempts at catching Grosjean here. But there is definitely train.com going on up here. And I want to say, at the head of the train is one Kimi Räikkönen. wonder if Raikkonen's got a problem. And I'm hoping cars there still need to pit, because we could still be within a chance of points if we don't throw this away. There are cars there that have made their second stop. Maybe there are cars in there that haven't made their second stop. Because there is an Alpha at the top of that train. I just can't get the drive out of the chicane. You know, using as much battery as possible, but annoyingly that front wing damage is really hurting me. Wish I still had my full front wing, but is what it is. We're kind of, you know, 11 laps to go if you include the one that we are on. Definitely get my turn in for that corner all wrong. Just running rich now. I need to try and save some battery because Giovinazzi is very much there. I think Hamilton and Leclerc are very close to each other. This could all combust. There's very much a train going on here. And there's a lot of combustible elements as part of the train. Verstappen's on mediums. There's no way he's going to the end on that. Unless maybe he pit later than I realised he could be going to the end. I don't know about Kimi and that racing point at the head of the train though. Giovinazzi got the jump on me. I wasn't using as much battery. Oh, he's all locked up. I was going to try and hold a wall of death around the outside. Okay, place lost to Giovinazzi. This race is begging for something to happen, it really is. I wonder. How long do you reckon a set of softs around here lasts? About 6 laps? Right, well I'm not getting points either way, the way the race currently sits, right? So purely for my own entertainment, I've got an idea. Because I can't boot out the last corner fast enough. I have a plan. Raikkonen's problem is that he's driving an Alfa Romeo. Well, yeah, to be fair, that could be the problem. Oh, well, you know.
Some information on Giovinazzi. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
7.6 for a front wing change, impressive. Right, that was Georges Russell, I assume? That was Georges Russell. Right, he's the guy I need to beat to the flag. Is this a worn set of soft tyres? I think this is a worn set of soft tyres. Many of you will ask why I did that. Bored, in all honesty. My answer is I was bored. I didn't see anything happening. Therefore, I wanted to make something happen. As such, I've gone to the soft compound tyre. Wasn't going to get points anyway, right? Let's be honest there. I'm sorry, George. This is going to be another race where Alesi is going to beat me to the flag. But in all honesty, I'd much rather try and have a little bit of fun to the line, you know? Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I had to overtake Russell, but I think I did that with relative ease. Stroll is 13 seconds down the road. Not going to catch them, but... Hampton with an 18.8. Leclerc with a slightly faster 18.8. Got that all crossed up. I can't take that chicane to save my life, apparently. I get the feeling a 119's on the cards. I reckon I can do a 119 in race trim.
The gap to the car ahead is 11.7 seconds.
Do you think Verstappen maybe got free of that Raikkonen train? There's a small part of me that reckons he did. I think I might have taken the best out of the tyres. I don't think I have got that that 118 or 119 in me.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, cars have started trickling through from it, look. Ah, we got a bit of fuel left. Hamilton again, fastest lap. Well, it's P20 that would have been P13. But at the end of the day, we weren't going to get points for P13.
Tyre condition is still looking good.
Let's just turn the car down. I don't think I'm going to be able to run this power unit in Monza. Not Monza, Monaco. It's very worn out.
We're trailing our teammate by 11.3 seconds.
You're probably going to hear me slightly more echoey now because I'm just sitting back in my chair for these final 2 laps. No real point in pushing. Not going to catch the cars ahead. Not going to get caught by the cars behind. Engine critical. I think I saw a yellow flag out the final corner. A slow moving car. Oh, Alex Albon retired. That's unfortunate.
Yellow flag. Caution, caution, yellow flags ahead.
It's me up to 19.
Taking through the caution zone, be careful until you see the greens. This is your final lap of the race. Okay, clear.
Lewis Hamilton, 18-1 and winner of the Spanish Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc with a slightly faster 18-1 and 2nd place at the Spanish Grand Prix.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
think we can be safe in knowledge. We're definitely faster than our teammate Alacy. We're just not quite fast enough for points. That's where we're at. You know, we're just not quite fast enough for points as of yet. It's P19, but it's ahead of Russell. Is what it is, really. Really cool detail in F1 2012 was that in India there was a chance there could be a sudden flash monsoon. It would cause a red flag and would happen suddenly. It would make or break races, really. Only in India it could happen, though. That's really weird. Really weird.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes. So let's review the updated driver standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day.
Ocon got a podium.
Who do you pick?
Let's give it to Esteban Ocon. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to
Ocon
join
gets a
us when we
podium.
come
He
back
deserves driver
with
of the day.
more Formula One.
Raikkonen tried to get the one stop to work and it just failed. Grosjean didn't get past him. Grosjean ended up getting a point. Okay, that's not the end of the world, really. Does that... Oh, that means Haas have got a point now. That means they're ahead of us in the... We need to get a point. We need to get a point ASAP pronto. Look at these drivers not social distancing. Man, if I hear the word social distance, I'm so fed up of the phrase, in all honesty. Like, I get it. Loving the fact that it's not actually easy from the looks of it, and it really feels like you're building a new team from the ground up. Yeah, I mean, if you play this on, like, a difficulty level set for you and your ability, then this is going to be hard. Like, really a challenge. And I wish I'd been able to take that opportunity at Zandvoort. We'll get points. I know we'll get points eventually. We just need a few big upgrades.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. It made it look easy. How do you feel?
The team's really gelling. It's going to be a great season with a bit of development to the power unit. I think we'll get there so long as the car doesn't wear out too fast. The car is great, but I think we need to develop the chassis to stay competitive. I'm just going to say the team's really gelling. It's good for the acclaim. We're both pushing each other to be the best drivers we can be.
Didn't you? Appreciate your time.
Oh, Lacey's now up to acclaim level 6. It's going to be hard. The Williams experience. In a way, yeah, look at that. Plus 300k though. That's nice. That's nice. No damage deductions? 1.4 million? I'll take it, man. I'll take it to have 1.4 million in the bank. And now, Monaco. It's Monaco and Baku next. It's like, it's not gonna... Oh, from a stream perspective, it's going to suck. Low cash. You do not currently have cash to afford your teammates' contract renewal. That's fine, I will, though. Is he 1.8? I assume he's 1.8. Let's have a look. Corporate. 2 million! Because his acclaim went up, he's now more expensive. I think his overall rating's gone up, though. Was he a 60 or a 61? I can't remember. Well, alright, looks like we need to have some more money then for a Lacey. Right, let's bung a new... Let's keep this power unit in it for Monza practice, but then when it comes to the Grand Prix, we will stick a fresh engine in it. We need to get a point, man. We need a point! No Horizon to Sandivot, please. Monaco's going to be the first retirement. I'm telling you now. My concentration levels for Monaco are not going to be there. I get the feeling outside of the first lap. Like if I crash, I crash. It's as simple as that, you know. Anyway, let's get some driver promotion filming, sponsor advertisement. How many days we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Okay. So, 8 days. Let's do that, because that gets Team Affinity and some cash. Then it's how we spend these 4 days. That costs cash, gets Team Affinity. Don't really want that. Aerodynamic equipment update. Upgrade. 3 days plus 60 resource points. Everyone knows it goes money as opposed to health. Money! Time! I think the weight training and the... I'm thinking the weight training and the driver promotion filming, you know. I think the pace is going to be beneficial. Or do we go... I really kind of want this one, but it's 3 days. And then I can only fit in the driver promotion filming. I kind of want the additional pace though. Let's get in more pace. And let's throw in the driver promotion filming. American healthcare system in a nutshell. He's not wrong. He's not wrong, man. How you doing, Chris, anyway? Okay, so when do we get... So 26th of May we get the major powertrain upgrade, and the 8th of June we get the major weight reduction upgrade. Apparently we're faster than AlphaTauri now. Allegedly. I need more money to be able to afford a lay seat. We can't really spend any more money now. How much are these? They're like 500. They're locked anyway, so I kind of want that. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want that. But it's $250,000 I don't have right now. Okay, so good stream. Devastated we didn't get points in Zandvoort. I was feeling really good about that. And we showed some pace in Spain. I think we did. We're on the cusp of it. I think at the back end of the season, because we need to get 2 points finishes to get like our main TriStar objective of like 4.4 million, is it? Let's go to my corporate tab. Sorry, 6.65 million. So they're going to pay us more because of our affinity. So we desperately need to get those 2 point finishes for 6.6 million. Like, there's no ifs, and every race that goes by means we... Oh, no. Hamilton costs ridiculous money to get. Also, Hamilton moves to Racing Point in second season. I'm curious to know when the driver moves are going to happen, man. I'm curious to know when the driver moves are going to happen. Because their acclaim is going up. You know, Lacey is at a 61 rating, and he's now worth more than Jack Aitken. Okay, well, good stream though. Good stream. Good couple Grand Prix, I think. Learned a lot today about the car. Learned about the Zandvoort track. Where is our calendar? Not even a calendar, just the season results. Right. So next stream, we have Monaco and Azerbaijan. And if I feel like doing another race, Hubert is back from the dead. Yeah, I mean, you know, rest in peace, Hubert. I did see that and did do a double take. So rest in peace, Antoine Hubert, who tragically lost his life at the Belgian Grand Prix last year. Still struggling not to punch your monitor. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's, you know, that's not good. Don't be punching monitors, man. So we've got Monaco and Azerbaijan in the next stream, and if I hate both of those and feel like wanting to succeed, Canada we could do a little bit later on. And don't know how I'm going to feel about Monaco. I get the feeling I'm going to DNF unless I really pay attention. Azerbaijan could throw up a crazy race. Canada, I think, is going to be our best opportunity for points after Zandvoort. So it's kind of what I'm hoping for. But if you all have enjoyed, please drop a like, and if you want to stick around, then of course subscribe to the channel. You know, thank you for coming out to, like I mentioned a couple of times in the stream, to my little corner of the internet for some entertainment this morning. I will be back later on today. I'm going to shoot off, have some lunch, and generally just relax for a couple hours, and I'll be back on later, grinding away in my team mode. I will tweet when I go live, so it's, you know, just it's at Psycho Enigma, you know, like with the I, like the capital I and the Psycho and the Enigma part, you know. So follow me on Twitter. I tweet kind of, you know, roughly when I'm going to go live. Not really much else to say. Just thanks again, everyone. The support is always greatly appreciated. All the historic stuff should be on the channel if you want to go back and check that. Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. I should make a Discord server probably at some point. There's some. I'm working on some stuff. I am working on some stuff. All will be revealed in the future, I imagine. But Incompetent Racing Grand Prix with our upside down R is. I just love the fact that logo is everywhere. Like, it is everywhere. Let's go look at our facilities, right? Let's the aerodynamics facility. Look, there's our upside down R, and it's on all the logos. And then it's right there in the chassis, and it's... Oh, I can't really see it there. It's there in the powertrain facility. There it is again in the durability facility. It is the marketed on the walls. I love it, man. I love it. Shouts out to Team Incompetent and Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. But yeah, once again, everyone, thank you for coming out to the stream. I'll be back later on. Follow me on Twitter for any kind of updates. And let's carry on this grind. I'm loving this challenge. And let's try and desperately get some points. I need that money so badly. Catch you later, everyone.